Overthinking. It's something we all know too well, isn't it? Perhaps it starts with a small worry, and soon that worry grows into a forest of thoughts, branching out in every direction, making it hard to see anything clearly. I too once struggled with this relentless noise in the mind, and today I'd like to share some insights on how I've learned to quiet it, how I've learned to find stillness even when my mind wants to wander. You see, overthinking is like walking in circles. The more you think, the more lost you become in your own thoughts, until you're unsure of where you began or where you intended to go. And this habit of overthinking, it robs us of something very precious, the present moment. Imagine holding a glass of water at arm's length. For a few minutes, it feels fine. But what if you held it for an hour or a whole day? Soon it would feel like a heavy weight, even though the glass itself hasn't changed. Overthinking works in the same way. The more we carry our thoughts, the heavier they feel. So how do we put down the glass? The first step, my friends, is to observe the mind. Yes, that's it. Simply observe it. Don't try to push the thoughts away or judge them. Just notice them, like clouds passing in the sky. Because the truth is, we are not our thoughts. We are the sky, vast, peaceful, and open, and our thoughts are simply the clouds drifting through. They come and they go. I'll share a story with you. Once during my early days of training, I found myself overwhelmed with worry about the future. My mind was filled with questions and doubts, like what if I fail? What if I am not good enough? My teacher, a wise man, noticed my struggle. He said the mind is like a room with many doors, but each door leads to the same place. More rooms, more doors. Close your eyes, take a breath, and open a window instead. Let fresh air in. Let the light in. This advice has stayed with me. To open a window is to remember that there's always another way to see, always a chance to reconnect with the present moment, rather than getting lost in the endless doors of overthinking. So the next time you find yourself lost in thought, try this simple practice. Close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath, and ask yourself, where am I right now? This question brings you back here, to this moment, reminding you that life is happening now, not in the past or the future. When we are truly present, overthinking fades because we're no longer feeding it with our attention. Overthinking is often rooted in our desire to control things beyond our reach, like the past or the future. But life, like this stream, flows on its own. It doesn't struggle or force itself. It simply moves, responding to obstacles without resistance. And so should we. When we learn to let go, to trust, we find that our worries often resolve themselves without our interference. Today, I invite you to take a small step toward letting go. The next time you catch yourself in an anxious thought, ask yourself, is this thought helpful right now? If not, gently set it aside. Imagine placing it on a leaf and letting it float away down the stream. Over time, you'll find that this practice becomes easier and that your mind grows quieter, more peaceful. Remember, the mind is a tool, but it is not you. You have the power to release the hold that overthinking has on you. Start small, be patient with yourself, and soon you'll find more space for peace. And if this journey has resonated with you, consider joining our community here by subscribing as we continue to explore these paths to inner freedom together. Thank you for sharing this moment with me.